Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about handbags. Over the years, I've received numerous questions about what goes into my decision-making process when investing in a quality handbag. There are lots of things to consider, but I thought I would share my 5 tips for you guys so that you can find the perfect bag for you that will stand the test of time and you will love it, love it, love it. So here we go. The first tip I have is to look for a classic silhouette. If you look at a designer's collection, you'll see that they have kind of 2 different sides. There's the trendy runway collection, and then there's the classic collection of bags that they always restock, come out with in different colors. They may change the hardware or other subtle details, but generally the silhouettes are the same. Always choose the classic ones. If you are only willing to spend money on one bag, I highly recommend sticking with a classic silhouette. It's one that will have great resale value. For example, Chanel's 5 years ago are way more expensive now than they were then. If I wanted to sell this, I could sell it for a lot because it's in great condition and it's a classic style. However, I have a runway piece from Chanel that's the same size. It's patchwork. I probably could not get all that much for it. So if that's of importance to you, definitely go with a classic style, one that you will be able to wear in 10 years and it'll still be a beautiful bag. My second tip, if you are going to go the trendier route, say the Chloe Drew bag, that's been pretty trendy. It's becoming more of a classic, but I still look at it as a trendy bag. It's not really an everyday bag with that thin chain strap. It's very cute. It's just, for me, it wouldn't be a staple piece. If you're going to spend money on a trendier bag, I would highly recommend sticking with a neutral color scheme. For example, this season and earlier this spring, I really wanted to try the bucket bag trend that was going around. I wasn't really willing to spend $1,800 on a Saint Laurent one. They were really cute, but I just wasn't into doing that. So instead, I chose this Tory Burch one. It came in another color, but it wasn't as neutral as black, and I've gotten so much use out of this. It's made a really great travel tote, and it's got the bucket bag look, but it's still sleek and refined. In the black, it still will stand the test of time. I'll probably wear it year after year because it's held up really well. So if you are going to spend money on a trendy bag, get it in a neutral like black or blush or nude or camel or cognac, something that you can wear a lot. Kind of in that same vein as getting a neutral color, try to avoid big prints, monograms, and huge logos that are adorned all over the handbag. For example, Saint Laurent has so many beautiful bags right now. The Sac de Jour tote is not included in this description, but a lot of the smaller bags that have chain straps and even the wallets and the clutches all have that huge YSL logo on them. And there's so many of them that I want, but I just refuse to spend money on something that flashy. And flashy may not even be the right word. Having a Chanel bag is sort of flashy, but it's the logo that's keeping me from buying it. I got this, I don't know how many years ago, had it for a while, but I nearly never wear it. I probably wear it twice a year. And it may be because the color is not a neutral and it's one that I don't wear a lot, but it's also because the logo sort of makes me cringe. Maybe because Saint Laurent is Saint Laurent now, it's not Yves Saint Laurent. There's no Y anymore, but they're still including it on stuff. For some reason that bothers me. But I guess I'm sort of saying, don't buy stuff that's loud. I'm trying to think of a better way to say that, but I can't. So that's what I mean. When considering a handbag, definitely think about how you're going to wear it. For me, when I'm looking at buying a bag, I'm trying to imagine, will I wear it every day? Is it something that I can wear to a work meeting? Is it something that I can wear on a date? Is it something that I can travel with easily? Those are all things that I have to consider because I hate the fact that this is sitting in my closet and I never wear it. I'm always thinking about that. I actually need to sell this, so if anybody's interested in buying it. But I really only try to buy bags that I'm going to wear a lot. This is a good example. I got this in December after kind of stalking this style for a while, but I hadn't pulled the trigger only because I hadn't found a color I liked. And then I saw this. It's camel with silver hardware, which is sort of unique. I feel like so many bags out there are gold hardware, and I just was really craving something different. So when I found this, I was like, this will work with everything in my wardrobe. I wear so many soft neutrals, creamy neutrals. It also looks amazing with black. I'm wearing navy right now, but it looks awesome. And so I knew this would be a great everyday bag. It's big enough to wear as a work outfit. It's big enough to take when I'm traveling, and it'll fit everything. It can go from day to night. Like if I wanted to go on a date, I take this too. I really hate wearing clutches. If I can avoid it, I try to have something I can put over my shoulder. I like to have my hands free. But anyway, so this was a really great find for me, and it is something that I wear every day. You've probably seen it 1,000 times on my Snapchat and my blog. It's probably on the blog once a week. But yeah, so try and look for a style that's something you are going to get your money's worth out of. Wear it every day, wear it day to night. Is it going to be classic in your wardrobe? Not necessarily is it from the classic collection like I mentioned earlier, but is it going to be something you reach for every day? Before I even get started on the next thing, I just noticed that I had a crumpled up piece of paper over here. I suck at this. Anyway, so the next point I want to make is instead of just buying the cheapest option from a designer, definitely think about the quality of the materials they are using. For example, Chanel has caviar leather and they have lambskin leather, which is smooth. I have one of each. I rarely wear the smooth one because it's very easy to scratch, but I have a couple in the caviar leather. I've had this since 2009. What year is it? Oh my God, that was like 7 years ago. Anyway, I've had this for a really long time and it's never broken on me. I wear it constantly. If there are scratches, you cannot tell because it's caviar. It's quilted, but it also has texture, so you really cannot tell if it's been scratched. So that, for example, is great. Just to give you another example, Saint Laurent, the Sac de Jour tote that a lot of people have, it's very chic, but they have it in smooth leather, which my sister has, and then they also have a textured leather. The textured leather would be my recommendation. It's probably $800 more, but it will last longer, it'll look better longer. It's really just what you're willing to spend money on. I would prefer to have a bag like this that lasts me decades than have a bag that I can wear for a year and then it's all scratched and never want to wear it again. So definitely consider the quality of things like that. Also consider hardware. If it's easy to open, if it's just a thin chain strap, like these I feel like are pretty sturdy. I've never had an issue with these, but like, for example, the Chloe Drew bag again, it's a very thin chain strap. How long is that gonna last without breaking? Just think about things like that before you make your purchase. My last little piece of advice would be to do your research. So one thing, if you have an idea of what kind of bag you want, but wanna make sure it's gonna stick around, or say you know exactly what designer you want, but you're not sure which style, go to the designer's store. Go, for example, Dallas has a bunch in Highland Park Village. If I were worried about maybe the Sac de Jour going out and not coming back next season, I would go to Saint Laurent and ask the sales associate. They can look ahead on line sheets for 6 months ahead and tell you what's gonna be coming in. They have a better idea and they'll have more information for you than any online store will. You can either do that or you can go to Neiman Marcus. They also have line sheets. I do that sometimes when I'm looking at things that I want to get myself with a gift card. I'll ask my sister what's coming out next and if it's a better option than what's out right now. So do that. You can also look online at stores like The Real Real. It's consignment basically, where you can get gently used options from Chanel and Celine and all of those, Hermes, if you're willing to spend that much on a handbag. But they have gently used items. So if you don't want to spend the full price of the current Chanel, you can look and see if this option is available from 7 years ago and it may be $2,500 versus $4,000 or whatever the price is now. So definitely look there. You can also look at other websites around the end of season sale time, so around Christmas. That's where I found this bag. I can't remember what it was originally, but it was at least 40% off when we bought this. So I got a good deal. And it's one of the most worn bags in my closet now. So if you do your research, do shopping online, just kind of comb through websites, especially a little later this year, you'll definitely find some good deals. I found that bag on Essence. They always have an amazing designer sale. Net-a-Porter always has amazing bags on sale. Matches Fashion. If I think of any more, I'll put them down below in the text section. And I'll also link some gently used options for what you've seen here and the Tory Burch bag, since it's still available, down below in the text section. But yeah, so do your research, find something quality, find a classic piece in a neutral color, and you've gotten it. So hopefully these tips were helpful for you. These are really kind of the steps I take before I invest in a bag. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.